Okay, so hello and welcome to FTL episode, whatever this happens to be. Basically, what happened again was, we lost the recording. I forgot to enable the microphone. Yeah. It seems to default with the microphone disabled when I use Camtasia to record, so I have to voice narrate everything over the top. Anyway, so this is going to be a little bit of an interesting one because I cannot remember what was said in the slightest. And a cup of tea here because I was told I was too British, or sounded incredibly British. So I bought a cup of tea along with this one. So what happens here is we get invaded. And you'll see in this episode that towards the end we start to be held together by blue tack, wishes and duct tape. And I think it's this ship that takes us down to duct tape. I move a man to the doors there to see if we can starve the enemy out without having to, fight them. And then you just see the flak cannons and why they're my favourite weapon in the game. They are absolutely devastating. They destroy absolutely everything they come in contact with. Absolutely everything. I'm just seeing that my microphone is in fact recording there, sorry. Yeah, this is one of the fuck-ups I constantly make with Camtasia recordings. The microphone always seems to fail to record. Anyway, so, unarmed Zoltan vessel hails you, asking if you gotta kill them or listen out to them. I didn't even realise these guys were there when I was doing the actual recording. Sorry, I'm just gonna move my pop filter up. There you go. So he's now directly in front of my face. Yes, so I try and starve these guys out of oxygen because it's just easier. It's just easier going around opening, closing doors so that they don't live. Yeah, put it bluntly. So this is something that's quite difficult to voice narrate. Open the doors so I can starve the room they're going to go into. It's quite difficult to post-narrate stuff. I'm going to comment that now. Post-narration, not my favourite thing in the world. Not great. You see, I move a guy there into two rooms that are still out of oxygen now. I didn't realise when I was doing that in the actual game. Didn't realise till afterwards. So, anything interesting going on with me? No, I've been called British. Too British. Sound incredibly British, apparently. Whatever the fuck that means. I don't have a top hat. I do have a pocket watch. Genuinely. You can hear it there. That is genuinely... I don't know if it's going to pick this up. That is genuinely a pocket watch in my pocket, which is used daily. But other than that, I'm not incredibly British. He says with a cup of tea sitting directly across from him. I'm not. I don't have a Union Jack or a picture of the Queen in here. Saying that, I should have. I'll be hanged for treason without it. Actually saying that, I do have a Union Jack in here. Yeah, I've got a couple of Union Jacks in here. But that's not... That's different. The reason they're here is... Okay, I've got like 4. I can count. Just looking around. Anyway, back to the game. We come up against a rock ship with no rock. Which turns us to dust, basically, if I remember. Yeah, it pulverizes through our shields constantly and starts to really cause a lot of damage. And I'm saying, here, I'm signing off, saying, thank you for serving us. Wouldn't it be funny right now if I was there, I would be having myself march up and down in Napoleonic war dress. Obviously, the French Napoleon... For Christ's sake. Yeah, hammer that repair. Try and get us up a little bit of health. Send him to repair the doors. Pause then, actually. I didn't realise I'd paused the game. Re-enable my fire beam. And decide fire bombs instead, because I'm not actually penetrating the shields, so the fire bomb is much, much more necessary. I lose a guy here to oxygen, I believe. That's why I love the Lantis crew. They just can't die to oxygen. God, I'm halfway through. Post-narration is not my favourite thing in the world. He repairs, disable that and send him back. And then we go on to our quest. This annoys me. The Zoltans are peace-loving. Why the hell is there a rebel ship here? So, there's an attempt to hail them or attack them. Obviously, attack them, because I didn't read the options there, to be fair. I never do. I go to firebomb their stuff. Now, I decided to firebomb because I'm not penetrating 3 shields. Failing to pen the shields, I need to start doing damage to do something that will penetrate the shields, e.g. firebombs and missiles. To hand, I have a firebomb, so that's what I use. Sorry, I'm drinking my tea before it goes cold. It's been there for about 20 minutes. So yeah, I start firebombing, and the firebombing is remarkably effective. Sound like a mid-70s in a research lab firebombing. The firebombing was particularly effective. No, let's not do those jokes. So yeah, I'm sitting here bombing the target just in an attempt to devastate it. They don't do too well, if I remember. No, I don't remember doing absolutely brilliantly. Yeah, you can see my health. I've already taken a lot of damage. And then it just keeps piling and piling on that damage. Oh, my pop filter's warm. It's a little bit close to my face, and I've just managed to tell that by touching my nose on the pop filter. Anyway, yeah, so the ship says it's going to FTL away, and I'm like, nah, it's not. This ship ain't charging away. Stick a firebomb across it, but not before it can fire off some more shots. A nice fire beam across absolutely everything, and fuck that surrendering. I need more scraps for health. Yeah, I go in here hoping that everything else hasn't caught fire. But I can tell by looking at the bottom that nothing else is on fire, so it should be alright. Start repairing that, hoping he won't die, which he doesn't. And here I'm talking about how I'll send my Lantis in if everything's caught fire. Which it hasn't, fortunately. But, it gets a bit iffy at times. And I'm going to just move back from my microphone a little bit and speak up, because my mouth is getting warm from the pop filter. So I'm repairing my ship here, and whack. It doesn't... Why did I do that? It doesn't do too well. I have to jump... I decide I'm going to jump back a sector in an attempt to get that health, which I really do need. Go up a little bit higher, go into green. Apparently that's green health. Not comfortable at that level of health. That's not much. Anyone who's played FTL knows that you can be devastated by that. So now I jump off here, and I think I got to give people missiles for a upgrade. Yeah, there you go, and they upgrade. So I can turn that on. Anyway, here's where I jump off to the next sector, so I'm going to be signing off. Thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, dislike, subscribe, whatever you want to do. Please comment saying if you don't like something so I can always improve. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I've timed this quite badly and there's still 7 more seconds. So, everyone go play us on the holidays. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.